Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, The Crazy Coder. The previous videos we talked about conditional statements and operators. Now in this video we're going to talk about another type of conditional statement, which is switch. So what is switch? Switch is also a conditional statement like if-else. Only thing is, in if-else each and every condition is checked. In switch only that block is executed in which case gets true. Now let us see the syntax of switch. Switch followed by its expression, in this switch we'll just give, like in if else we used to give for multiple conditions we used to give if or else if, else if, else if. Now we would be giving multiple case 1, then its related statement block, break stops the execution. Now if I want another condition or another expression, I'll just pass case 2. Like in if else, if we needed multiple conditional commands, we used to give multiple if or else if. Like that we can give multiple case in our switch. So like this we can give n number of cases. It depends upon the program or user what program he or she is making. So after giving all the cases, now we'll give default. Like in if else there was the last else block, like this here would be the default. Now default is the last, so there would be no break command over here. Now we'll close the switch over here. What's the difference between if and switch? Like in if we were giving here condition, over here condition was specified, but now we are just giving expression over here. Here it was condition, now we are passing the expression. That means we are just going to pass the variable over here. So we'll jump to the example of this switch so that it helps us to understand it better. In if else we did an example of 10, 20 and 33. If I want that if user gives 10, I just want to print values equals to 10. If user gives 20, I just want to print values equals to 20. And if his user gives 33, I just want to print values equals to 33. So we made that program in if else. Now we are going to do the same program in switch. So let us see the example of this switch. First I need a variable, then I want to take input from the user. I'll just give any message like printf enter value, and after that I'll take a value from user and store it inside variable x. Now if user gives me value 10, I just want to print values equals to 10, and if user gives 20, I just want to print values equals to 20, and if user gives 33, I just want to print values equals to 33. So what I'll do, I'll take the help of switch and I'll pass the variable over here. I'll just pass the variable because over here we just need to pass the expression. No condition over here like in if. So now I'll pass case. I'll write that value over here which I need to validate. Say I need it to match with 10, so I'll pass 10 over here. Now I'll printf value is equals to 10. Then I'll break the switch. Break means it comes out of the switch command. then I'll give case 20. Printf value is equals to 20. I'll pass break. Case 33. I'll pass printf value is equals to 33. Then break. I've written each and every commands. Now there is no command left. Now I'll put default command over here. If any of these values doesn't match, this default message would be printed. Whatever I give in default block, it would be printed. I'm just printing invalid input. So say if user gives 10 over here, in X value is 10. Now switch runs only that case which matches to the value in X. So if user gives 10 over here, then the case 10 would be executed, and this symbol colon stands for start. In the previous videos we discussed that semicolon is a termination symbol and colon is a start symbol. I'm telling the compiler that case 10 starts from here with the symbol. Now if user gives 10, it comes to this case and executes this block, and this statement is executed, and break command, it directly breaks the switch and comes out of the switch command. If user gives 20, switch directly comes to the case 20 and executes this command, and break brings it out of the switch. Now if user gives 33, switch passes it directly to case number 33 and it executes this, and break brings it out. There is no necessary that if I just need to write 1, 2, 3 over here in sequence or something, or we don't have to write in ascending orders. I can jumble it. I can write 33 case over here and 10 over here, it doesn't matter. So if user gives any other value other than these three, say user gives 70, 70 comes in switch, and this switch executes the default block. Now invalid input would be printed and it comes out. Say if user gives 20, what does switch do is it comes directly to the case 20. We discussed if else conditional statement. In if else, if this is if and this is else if, what happens is it first checks the first if and then it comes to the else if. This is not the case in switch. It's different. It directly passes it to the correct case. So in this, execution is faster in cases of switch, and in switch we can only do matching program, like if this value is equal or something other. If we want to match something, then we can use switch. But in if else we can do any condition type, like we can match it, we can find which is greater, or we can find ranges or something. Whatever we want to do, we can make the condition, but in switch we cannot do that. So if you want to make your own condition, then you will be using if else conditional statement. If you just need to match the values, then you will use switch. In this, execution is faster as compared to if else. Say if I don't write break command over here, what would happen? Compiler would come, say if user gives 10 over here, it comes to switch and then it passes to case 10. This block would be executed. Now break is not present, so it would execute case number 20 and then it would execute this statement also, break. Now this break would bring the execution to end. So without break, it's going further. So for that purpose, we place break at the end of the case. So this was all about switch conditional statements. I hope your doubts are cleared. And in the upcoming videos, we would be talking about loop. So if you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment section. Please subscribe to our channel and like our Facebook page. The link to the Facebook page is given in a description. And please like our videos because it motivates us to make more educational videos for you. Thanks.